Hey, what's going on, guys? Matt here from myrawintuition.com. Hope everybody out there is doing well. Today we're going to talk about my top 5 reasons to own a home water distiller. Now, you guys know that I'm a big proponent of distilled water, but really I'm just a proponent of drinking clean, pure water, free of pollutants and contaminants that can damage our body. Now, we are over, at least we should be over 70% water in our body. Most of us, though, are dehydrated, and so that is a big problem for your organs and glands and just for the elimination and detoxification process that your body has to go through to keep you healthy. So we're going to go over some of these reasons to, 1, own a home water distiller, and 2, just make sure you're drinking clean, pure water, because it is so important. So let's get into my top 5 reasons to own a home water distiller. Reason number 1 is to remove the inorganic minerals from your water. Now, there are a lot of people out there that are confused about this aspect of water and thinking they need to get their minerals from their water. Now, the fact of the matter is the body does not do well with inorganic minerals. So essentially, you know that you can't eat soil to get your nutrients, right? Otherwise, farmers and gardeners wouldn't be putting rock dust into the soil, because then, otherwise they would just eat it directly and they would get the nutrients that they need. We need to have the nutrients. We need to have these minerals go from the soil through the plant root system and get incorporated into the leaves and the fruits and the vegetables. And that is how those inorganic minerals get converted into organic minerals. And our body does so well with organic minerals it's a charge that these plants put into these minerals that make them so much more assimilable and bioavailable to us. So when we are consuming inorganic minerals, it's essentially just, it's like you're basically drinking rocks, and the cells reject those inorganic minerals and they end up building up in our joints and our tissues and causing inflammation and other problems. So it is very important that we are distinguishing the type of minerals that we're getting and that we're consuming. And that is why plant foods are the best source of minerals that you can find. All right, so that is my first reason as to why you should be consuming distilled water, because you don't want to be consuming all that calcium and magnesium in an inorganic form. That, you see that built up around your faucet probably, that white crustacean ring that is around your faucets and maybe in your tub or somewhere like that. You don't want that building up on the inside of your blood vessels and throughout your cardiovascular system. So make sure that you are consuming your minerals in an organic form. And the way to do that is to be consuming a mineral-rich plant-based diet. So you want to be getting those fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, herbs, and all these other plant foods. All right, reason number 2 is to remove the toxic chemicals that are found in your tap water and other water sources. So, on one hand, on one side of the house, you've got your neighbor Nancy taking her birth control drugs or other, pharmaceutical drugs, and then she urinates that into her toilet, which gets into the sewer system, which gets into our waterways, and eventually ends up right in your tap. Also, on the other side of your house, you've got Joe putting glyphosate and other, pesticides down on his lawn, which then gets into the waterways and into the water supply. So you got to be careful, because everybody is using all these toxic chemicals, and that all is winding up into the water system. We've also got the industrial pollution from these big companies, dumping their waste into our waterways. We've got, the chemicals coming out of the exhaust and all the pollution from the transportation industry. and just all the chemicals they put on the roads, especially during the winter time. You've got the intentionally put in chemicals like chlorine and fluoride. And so that is, all stuff that is winding up if you're drinking tap water especially, but even if you're drinking other sources of water, you just don't know that you're getting out all of those chemicals from the water. That is why I strongly promote distilled water, because steam distillation is the most reliable and consistent way to get out all of those chemicals, 99.9999% of those chemicals, by using distillation. And as long as you're doing just the basic maintenance on your machine, you're going to make sure you're getting the same results through the lifetime of the machine. You cannot say that about other filter-based systems, like even RO. I've done a video showing the different, just for TDS, which is just basically showing the mineral content of the water. Various different, it ranged from 3 on my TDS meter from one store, from their reverse osmosis system. And I went to another store and it was in the hundreds. And so you just don't know how reliable that filter is. It depends on how new it is. If it's been used for a while, the effectiveness of that filter is going to diminish. So the distiller is what I have found to be the most reliable and trustworthy source of getting clean, pure water. And so, it is so important, especially when we're thinking about our just overall health. You're drinking in chlorine and fluoride. That's going to decimate those good bacteria in your gut microbiome, which impacts our hormonal system, on top of just the endocrine disrupting effects of many of these chemicals as well. It just creates havoc in the body, and a lot of people don't recognize the dangers of drinking water that is not purified. All right. So that is my second reason why it is so important that we remove these toxic chemicals, so that we are not impacting our endocrine system, we're not diminishing the good bacteria in our gut, and we're not, just consuming these chemicals that get lodged in our tissues and can really cause problems down the line. All right, reason number 3 to own a home water distiller is the great reduction or elimination of the need to buy plastic water bottles. A little not so fun fact for you: over 1 billion plastic water bottles are used each day. Is that not mind-blowing? That is just incredible. And that is why we have massive islands of plastic and plastic water bottles, floating around in the ocean. I can go for a walk right now, and as I walk through the neighborhood, I will find plastic littered all over the place. We pick up plastic out of the ditches and out of our neighborhoods all the time. It just never stops. So that is why I think it is so important that we do what we can to reduce our use of plastics, and also just for a health benefit, we won't be consuming microplastics. When you're drinking plastic water or drinking water out of plastic water bottles, you're getting little microscopic microplastics in that water. And we're taking that in, and that is estrogenic, it is a carcinogen, and it just really affects the endocrine system again. So we want to protect our organs and glands, especially the ones that are producing our hormones. And so a good way to do that is to reduce your intake of plastics on top of, all those other chemicals that we talked about earlier. So definitely you want to make sure that you are reducing your use of plastic, and to do that, it is just, for me, it's a no-brainer. Steam distilled water, having a home water distiller, is the best way to reduce or eliminate our use of plastic water bottles. And reason number 4 to own your own home water distiller is the convenience factor and the cost savings. But the convenience factor for us was huge. We used to get reverse osmosis water from the store. We would bring our big glass gallon jugs. We'd bring like 7 or 8 jugs with us to the store a couple times a week, and we would fill up at their reverse osmosis dispenser. And so that worked well. It wasn't that bad, but when we got the home water distiller, and we just noticed the convenience of being able to create your own pure water at home, it was like night and day. It was amazing. And so that, just the fact we don't have to drive to the store. We live a couple miles out of town, so, it's less gas expense, it's less wear and tear on the car, it's less time that we have to take to go to the store. And it's just, it's just so much better than having to go there. The reverse osmosis machine at the stores, more and more stores are getting them. So if you don't want to get a distiller, or you're just not ready to get one at this time, that would be my next best suggestion, is to go to a store that has a reverse osmosis dispenser and bring your own glass jugs and fill it up and get your water that way. But make sure, I recommend, if you do it that way, to use a TDS meter so that you can, just verify that it's actually taking out, what it claims to take out. And so as I mentioned, I have another video. You can click it right here and check that out if you're interested in seeing my comparison of different waters from different stores. But yeah, the convenience factor, it's amazing. And I highly recommend it to get a home water distiller, because you will love the convenience of being able to produce your own clean, pure water at home. So now the cost effectiveness as well is another benefit that we have enjoyed. So it's not that distillers are free. They do use electricity, so you are going to spend some money with the electricity to produce the water. But it is going to be, over the long run, much more cost effective than using, say, bottled water, or even there's companies out there that will deliver like 5-gallon jugs to your house like once a week or a couple times a week. And then you just, you have a dispenser that they give you, and you can just use their service to do that. I'm just looking at an infographic here from Aqua Nui, comparing these different, ways of getting your water. And bottled water, now this is based on 8 ounces of water. So like an 8-ounce glass, what that's going to cost you on average when you compare these different sources. So bottled water from a store-bought bottled water, leading brand, it's 46 cents on average for an 8-ounce glass of water. If you go to one of those delivery services, it would be about 10 cents per 8-ounce glass of water. And if you use a home water distiller, a good quality one like Aqua Nui or Pure and Secure Pure Water, it would be 2 cents per 8-ounce glass of water. So you are saving money that way. It might not be noticeable just, blatantly right up front, but when you look into it, there are cost savings that are associated with having your own home water distiller. And that's just the, producing the water. That's, not even thinking about the gas and the wear and tear in your car and the time that it takes to go get, store-bought water, or the cost of having a service deliver it to you, every week. So, there are cost savings, there is convenience of time savings. And so that is just, one of the great benefits that we have found of owning a home water distiller. And so I think you guys will enjoy that as well if you get one. All right, guys, my 5th reason to own a home water distiller is simply the peace of mind. I don't want to be guessing if there are contaminants in my water. I want to know for sure that I am getting that out, and having the peace of mind that I have a quality home water distiller removing all of that for me is priceless. Going to the store, I never know what, when that RO filter or any other filter has been installed. I don't know at what stage in its life cycle it's at, so I don't know how efficient it is being. That is why the home water distiller is such a great benefit to my peace of mind, knowing that I am removing the pharmaceuticals, the industrial pollutants, the bacteria, the VOCs, the other chemicals that are in there like fluoride. I want to make sure that I'm taking all that out. And so steam distillation is the best way to know that you're doing that. And that is why the home water distiller just brings us peace of mind in knowing that we are providing our bodies and our cells with the highest quality water, second to those organic fruits and vegetables. So there you go, guys. Those are my top 5 reasons to own a home water distiller. Hope you guys found this helpful. If you are interested in learning more, I did just post a new blog article to my website. You can find that in the description box down below. If you are interested in a distiller, I am an affiliate for a couple different machines, so you can find the information for that down below. They are the best distillers on the market, in my opinion, and that is why I support them. So if you do use my link to get one of those, you will get 5% off. Make sure you put in the discount code Raw Intuition to get that discount, and I will get a little commission on that. So I appreciate anybody that uses my link and my discount code. Other than that, I hope you guys, whatever you do, just make sure you are getting clean, pure water, whether it's distilled, whether it's a good RO filter, or some other means, but just make sure that it's clean. Stay healthy out there. And if you have any questions, definitely leave them down in the comments box below. All right. I will catch you guys in the next video, and always follow your raw intuition.